People say faith can move mountains, but what should we put our faith in? This is the question this story dedicatedly possesses. Hello everyone, I am Amita Gusai. Welcome to School of Stories. Today, we are going to listen to a story of faith, the faith in God. A letter to God. So, as you can guess from the name of the story, a letter to God, the letter has been written to God. Who has written this letter to God? And how will it reach to God? Let's find it out. So, this story is about a man named as Lencho, and he has a complete faith in God. His house is the only one in the entire valley, sat on the crest of a low hill. Here, crest means top of a hill, so his house was at the top of the hill. From that height, the cornfields look so beautiful with their white flowers on them. Okay, and the cornfield only wants downpour, or at least a shower. That means rain. So Lencho had made cornfield. That cornfield only wanted rain. So here he was just waiting for rain from the morning, and he was looking towards the northeast and waiting for the clouds to come and do the downpour. So he said to his wife also that today we are going to get some water, woman. His wife said yes, if God willing. So then the wife called everyone for dinner. Then between the dinner only, Lencho predicted that the rain had been started. He ran towards his field. The man went out for no other reason than to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on his body. When he came back to his house, he told to his wife that these are not raindrops. These are the new coins. The big drops are 10-cent pieces and the little ones are 5s. But suddenly, a strong wind began to blow, and along with the rain, very large hailstones began to fall. Lencho said that these hailstones indicate the new silver coins, and his little boys come outside the house to collect these frozen pearls, which are hailstones. They are collecting the frozen pearls from the ground, and then Lencho became very sad. Immediately he just became very sad, and he said that it's really getting bad now. I hope it passes quickly. Lencho said this, but it did not pass quickly. Here is the hailstone. The hailstone did not pass quickly. For an hour the hail rained on the house, the garden, the hillside, the cornfield, on the whole valley. The field was white as if covered with salt. Not a leaf remained on the trees. The corn was totally destroyed. The flowers were gone from the plants. And Lencho's soul was filled with sadness. When the storm had passed, he stood in the middle of the field and said to his sons, a plague of locusts would left them more than this. Here, a plague of locusts means a group of locusts. Locusts are the insects which destroy the fields. That night was a sorrowful one for the whole family. Lencho said that we will go hungry this year. But in the hearts of all of them, a single hope is left, and that is help from God. Lencho said, don't be upset, even though this seems like a total loss. Remember, no one dies of hunger. Lencho said this to his family. Then, next morning, Lencho began to write a letter to God. We know that Lencho was a small farmer, but he knew how to write. So he began to write a letter to God. He said that, God, if you don't help me, my family and I will go hungry this year. He said to God that I need 100 pesos. Here pesos is a currency of several Latin American countries. Okay, it's a currency. So Lencho said that I need 100 pesos in order to sow my field again and to live until the crop comes. Because the hailstorm, blah blah blah. You know what happened because of the hailstorm. Then he wrote to God on the envelope. and put the letter inside, and still troubled, went to the town. At the post office, he placed the stamp on the letter and dropped it into the mail. Then one of the employees, who was a postman and also helped at the post office, took that letter, and when he saw that the letter has to be sent to the god, he started laughing. He laughed so much so, never in his career as a postman had he known that address. Then, laughing at that letter, he took that letter to the postmaster, and then the postmaster also broke out laughing. But almost immediately he turned serious and he tapped the letter on his desk, said, "What faith the man has on God. I wish I had the faith of the man who wrote this letter to God, starting up a correspondence with God." Here correspondence means communication. So he said that Lencho started a communication with God. What a faith Lencho have in him. As the postmaster was a very good man, he took a decision that he will help Lencho. When he opened that letter, he got to know that he don't only need the ink and paper to answer that letter, but he also need the 100 pesos to answer that letter. So then also he took his decision that he will help Lencho. Anything will happen, then also he will help Lencho. Okay, so he gathered the money, he asked from his friends, his employees of the post office, and he himself gives some part of his salary. Then only he was able to collect only 70 pesos. He was not able to collect 100 pesos. So he decided that only 70 pesos should be given because this is the last that what he could do. So he said 70 pesos in the letter, and he signed the letter by God. He write God in that letter as a signature that this letter is sent by God. Then next Sunday only Lencho came a bit earlier than usual to ask if there is any letter for him. Then the postman said yes and give that letter by the postmaster to the Lencho. So Lencho immediately opened that letter and read that signature and counted that pesos, and no reaction on his face. He was just dull, no reaction on his face, not anger, not any emotion. He was not happy, no reaction on his face. He go to the counter and ask for again ink and paper, and he began writing on the desk. Again he was writing a letter to God, and now he wrote to God that God, of the money that I asked, or only 70 pesos reached me. Send me the rest, since I need it very much. But don't send it me through the mail, because the post office employees are a bunch of crooks. So this he write in his next letter. That is a really funny thing. It's an irony. Okay. So he writes that the employees are a bunch of crooks. And these employees are the only ones who helped him to get these 70 pesos. Okay, so this is an irony. And so an irony is a situation opposite of what is expected. Opposite of what is expected, that postmaster expecting that Lencho would be very happy. And what did he reply at the end? That the employees are a bunch of crooks. Crooks mean dishonest people, means like thieves. Lencho said this. And the postmaster, obviously he would felt so sad. He helped Lencho, but there's no the mistake of Lencho here, because Lencho had a complete faith in God. He believed that God has only sent this letter. He don't even think that somebody else would have sent these pesos to him. He had a complete faith in God, that he believed that God will help him and God can never be wrong. So where are the 30 pesos? That's why he said that the employees are a bunch of crooks. So this was a story. It was a funny one, I know. So the moral of the story is, faith on somebody is good, but complete faith is not good at sometimes, as we have listened to the story.
Thank you guys. I hope you liked the story, and if you liked it, then please like and share the video and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon. And that's all for today. Hope you liked this story. Thank you.